Super sweet snack hacks, brand new menu items, and returning favorites. We've got the best eats of 2023 compiled for you today here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. I'm here to remind you that we are halfway through the year. What? When did that happen? But because we're halfway through the year, we know many of you are starting to get ready for those second half of the year Disney World trips, or maybe even next year's Disney World trips. And if that's the case, then you're going to want to know exactly which restaurants to start making advanced dining reservations for, and which quick service locations to mobile order from, which snacks to munch on when you need an afternoon pick-me-up in the parks. And that's why we're going to hit you with our favorite eats of 2023 so far. Don't forget, if you want to know even more of our recommendations, like all of them, check out our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining over at dfbstore.com. You can use code YouTube for a discount. Got your napkin and fork ready? It's time to chow down. We're going to start with a returning favorite, the goat cheese ravioli at California Grill. For Disney World's 50th anniversary, California Grill and Disney's Contemporary Resort changed things up big time, giving guests a reimagined prix-fixe menu in honor of the 18-month-long celebration. Now that celebration has finally wrapped up, the menu format is sticking around, that prix-fixe option, meaning you must pay a set price for a 3-course meal. However, some of those menu options have changed again, and we've got some new choices and a fan favorite return. What I'm most excited to see pop up on the appetizer menu again is the goat cheese ravioli. This has tons of creamy and delicious goat cheese. I don't even like goat cheese, and this is still amazing. And it's all packed into this al dente ravioli. I don't know, you let me know. It's incredibly rich, and even though it's only one, it's a pretty solid portion. You get dried mushrooms on the side too, which oddly enough tastes a lot like chips, but in a good way. It adds a nice burst of texture and a dab of saltiness to the dish. And there are also regular mushrooms underneath the ravioli that are very meaty and juicy. But if you think you gotta love cheese and mushrooms to like this appetizer, I don't like either of those things and I still love it. So I don't know what to tell you. This is one of my favorites. It's actually been on the menu at California Grill since California Grill opened. And the only span of time that you couldn't get it there was during that 50th anniversary celebration. So I'm so glad that nature is healing and we're kind of getting back to where we started. Second on our list, for a reliable snack hack, the caramel apple pecan hand pie, pecan pecan. I know, nobody likes how I say it, and it's at Friar's Nook. So you know that we here at DFB love to play Frankenstein and combine snacks to create ultimate snacks. And our new favorite snack hack at the moment is over in Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom. To pull this one off, you're going to start at Friar's Nook and order a caramel apple pecan hand pie. Now, to be fair, you could skip the snack hack entirely and still be completely satisfied with this one. It's got a delicious flaky crust and it's filled with apples and pecans and topped with caramel sauce. Portable apple pie, basically. But if you want to up this apple pie ante, you can initiate phase 2 by ordering a vanilla soft serve at Storybook Treats, which is literally right next door to Friar's Nook. And now it's time to make this warm hand pie a la mode. Scoop that vanilla ice cream right on the top of your toasty apple pie, and you've got a new Magic Kingdom treat that everyone's going to be asking, hey, where did you get that? Next, from a restaurant you didn't know existed, the roasted chicken suizas at Rosa Mexicano. There's a new restaurant on Disney World property that most people have no idea exists, and that's because it's in a hotel that not many guests visit. Rosa Mexicano is located at the Marriott-owned Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort, right within walking distance of Epcot and Hollywood Studios and Yacht and Beach Club, right there in that area. And it's offering an elevated and authentic Mexican dining experience. This is actually a chain restaurant. They have them in several cities around the country, so if you've tried one, you probably loved it. We definitely enjoyed our experience here. I'll go ahead and link our full review in the comments for you, but our favorite thing that we ordered was the roasted chicken suizas. The roasted chicken suizas are made with tomatillo salsa verde, chihuahua cheese, crema, cilantro, and onion. It was also served with a side of rice. The salsa verde has a really strong yet fresh flavor, very tangy with a little bit of spice, and the chicken inside of the enchilada is tender. The cilantro on top is flavorful, and the tortillas are wonderfully soft. Combine that with the cheese and crema, which adds that lovely creamy texture tying it all together, and you've got this plate of enchiladas that's hard to top in Disney World. The one downside of this dish and the restaurant as a whole is it's pretty pricey. These cost $32 by themselves, and that's not factoring in other desserts, appetizers, drinks. We also also ordered. So if you absolutely love authentic Mexican food, then you might want to make this one of your splurge meals while you're here. Otherwise, you might want to save your money for a nice meal inside one of the parks or Disney-owned resorts. Now, for a cheap and easy breakfast option, the Florentine quiche at Les Halles Boulangerie Patisserie. Need a quick morning bite and forgot to grab a granola bar at the hotel room? Epcot's France Pavilion is gonna help you out. Les Halles Boulangerie Patisserie has been one of our favorite quick services and bakery locations for years and years and years. They've got cheap eats and sweets you can take on the go, which is why we consider them to be reliable and near and dear. But the thing you need to know is this is all house-made, fresh, incredible, like you're in Paris, French pastry. It is absolutely unbelievable. So not only is it less expensive, fast, but it's also authentic and delicious. Now, though this little bakery is open all day long, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you can swing by first thing in the morning to pick up something breakfasty like the Florentine quiche. Now, this is a spinach, ham, and egg custard topped with a generous pat of Gruyere cheese and then baked in a buttery crust. This costs around $10, and much like the bakery itself, it is a reliable go-to for the DFB team. Number 5 on our list, for something filling and under $8, the barbecue chicken pizza from Terra Treats in Animal Kingdom. Now, we're not always a fan of quick service pizza in Disney World, as you know, but Terra Treats in Disney's Animal Kingdom broke that subpar pizza stereotype for us completely unexpectedly. Now, don't get me wrong, we haven't always had the best pizza experiences at Terra Treats. Every now and then, a gem like the barbecue chicken pizza comes around, though, and restores our faith in theme park pizza again. The barbecue chicken pizza at this kiosk has a thick pan-style crust with a nice crispy edge, a welcome change when we're so used to Disney's puffy pizzas that are more dough and grease than anything else. The barbecue pizza overloads on the toppings, making its structural integrity a little iffy, but honestly, we wouldn't sacrifice the nice flavor for a sturdier za. You also get plenty of crispy pieces of chicken on each slice, with that nice barbecue char we love. And just to really secure the home run here, the sauce is sweet and added to the flavor, as did the red onions. Now, Terra Treats swaps out the slices here from time to time. They just brought back a mushroom and leek pizza, but all of the specialty flavors we've tried here have been great. You can order this hearty slice for $7.29, making it a quick, easy, and rather cheap lunch by Disney standards. All right, my favorite part of the video has now arrived. We are going to talk about the best bread. Now, we have a whole blog post where we tell you all the best bread in Disney World because it's that important. And to be fair, it's really hard for us to choose just one Disney World bread as the best bread of them all because we really, really like the bread at lots of places. For instance, some of our favorite bread includes the pão de queijo, Brazilian cheese bread at Skipper Canteen, that entire baguette at Les Halles Boulangerie Patisserie for just under $4, the fresh-made pineapple coconut breakfast bread at Ohana, and the Irish soda bread at Raglan Road, and that's only scratching the surface, my friends. We got Parker House rolls, we got Sanaa bread service, oh my goodness. But we're shouting out Cape May Cafe today, the salted caramel beach buns, simply because we don't talk about them nearly enough, and we should. At Cape May, over at Disney's Beach Club Resort, you can enjoy a beachy breakfast character meal with Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy. And the food is served on a buffet, but when you arrive to dine, you'll have these salted caramel beach buns brought to your table. If you believe every good meal should start off with dessert, then this is the bread service you've probably been searching for. These beach buns are dusted with powdered sugar and served with a delicious vanilla cream sauce to pour over the top. Definitely dessert for breakfast. Now, number 7 on the list is a snack that hasn't let us down yet, the Dubliner Irish cheese and bacon dip at Cooks of Dublin. If you are ready to have your mind blown, here's the truth. I like this cheese way better than the plastic kind. I know, shocker, right? The Dubliner Irish cheese and bacon dip can be found in the little Cooks of Dublin quick service next door to Raglan Road in Disney Springs. For about $7, you'll get a hearty portion of rich, cheesy goodness. The bacon also lends a little bit of depth to the gooey cup of pure cheesy enjoyment here. Now, although you could probably just slurp up this cheese dip like a soup, I don't necessarily recommend that because your family might look at you weird and you don't want that judgment. Not on vacation. So instead, order yourself a side of those handmade chips for an extra $7. And by chips, I mean thick cut fries, because that's just the Irish way. The saltiness of the fries helps sop up every last drop of that precious cheese dip, which you're not going to want to waste. All right, now for those pasta cravings, the plancha seared scallops and Parisian gnocchi at Narcoossee's. It wasn't an April Fool's Day prank. On April 1st, Narcoossee's finally reopened at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And with its reopening came a revamped menu, as well as a repainted dining room in bright and airy colors to help match the restaurant's waterside views. Though we weren't a fan of everything we tried on this new menu, what we can recommend is the plancha seared scallops and Parisian gnocchi, to a certain extent that is. The Parisian gnocchi is served with English peas, tasso ham, and truffled Meyer lemon cream. Though the scallops were tender and simple, which isn't a bad thing, the gnocchi is what really stood out here. The Parisian gnocchi was pillowy and doughy in a good way, mind you, not a pizza way, and it was not overly chewy, and the truffled Meyer lemon cream was amazingly buttery with an earthy component from the mushrooms that made it so flavorful and complex, not what you expect at a theme park restaurant. The peas and greens were fresh and added the perfect touch of sweetness and brightness to balance it all out. We could have eaten this by itself without the scallops for sure, but the scallops still provided the dish with a nice texture regardless. Now, much like Rosa Mexicano, you're looking at another super pricey restaurant here. Actually, Narcoossee's has prices that are even more expensive than Rosa, with this particular gnocchi dish being priced at $52, most likely due to the scallops, but there you go. If you're looking for a new elevated dining experience with a fantastic view across Seven Seas Lagoon only steps away from the Magic Kingdom, then Narcoossee's might be the restaurant splurge you'll want to make advanced dining reservations for. But if you're looking for something more affordable, and honestly a little more kid-friendly, then you may be better off searching for pasta and seafood elsewhere. Okay, number 9, for something completely unexpected, the strawberry isoform from Energy Bites. So the opening of the Tron Light Cycle Run coaster threw us into the future in more ways than one. It's given us the chance to ride our very own light cycles across a digital grid, customize our own Tron figurines to look and sound just like us in the Tomorrowland Launch Depot, and now it's giving us a brand new dessert we didn't realize we needed. And honestly, I don't know if this is really good or just really interesting, and you don't get a lot of super interesting food in Disney World, you know what I'm saying? The strawberry isoform is an ice cream mochi with caramelized graham crackers and cheesecake foam. These bites balance the cheesecake and the ice cream tightrope pretty well. Neither flavor profile feels like it's overpowering. The strawberry gel at the bottom offers a nice tangy punch that pairs well with the sweet cheesecake foam, and if you don't enjoy the chewy texture of traditional mochi, you might want to avoid this dish. But if you're like, yeah, bring on the mochi, Disney, then you're going to want to add this snack to your must-eats. Next up, how about a brand new restaurant with awesome theming? Biscuits and jelly from Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. So it was a long and drawn out wait, but Roundup Rodeo Barbecue is finally open in Hollywood Studios. This new table service restaurant is a fully immersive Western-style themed restaurant designed to make you feel like you're really part of the Toy Story gang. This is a family-style dining experience, meaning the barbecue is brought to you in all you care to enjoy portions. And for the most part, we really enjoyed our time here, trying out the different meats and freezing anytime we heard that Andy's coming. But I gotta bring it back to my love of bread once again and talk about those Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits with sweet pepper jelly. To be fair, the first time we ever tried these biscuits during the restaurant's soft opening, they didn't really stand out to us because they weren't exactly hot and piping. But when we went back again after the official restaurant launch, well, let's just say the meal honestly could have stopped here and we would have been fine with it. The biscuits are soft and cheesy, while the pepper jelly has a vinegary zing to it. It's definitely not something we've seen on Disney menus before, and the fact that we could keep ordering more and more was a dangerous thing. Keep in mind that in order to eat here, you will have to pay $45 per person, and you can't just walk in to get complimentary biscuit service. Though how awesome would that be? Roundup Rodeo Barbecue reservations fill up fast. It is one of Disney World's newest restaurants, so be sure to make those ADRs 60 days before your visit. Now, before we get to the last few entries in this video, gotta remind you of something important. There is so much food in Disney World, as in hundreds of items, as in we can't pack it all into a single video, so we had to pack it into our digital DFB guides to Walt Disney World dining, available now on the DFB store website. The 2023 version of this guide got so jam-packed with information, we had to split it between 3 different books, so with a single purchase, you'll receive a reference guide, a 101 plan, and a printables and resources guide. In short, it's everything you'll need to set you up for Disney dining success. Just make sure you type in code YouTube before you check out to unlock savings on your total purchase. And don't forget, you're going to save even more if you bundle a bunch of our guides together. A lot of people do that, and they really benefit from having all that info. All right, for the best churros in Disney World, it's gonna be a surprise here. It's churros from Nomad Lounge. Knowing where to find the best churros in Disney World is crucial information. Much like Disney bread, we got quite a few places we love ordering churros from around Disney World property, like Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn, La Cantina, and Pepe by Jose Andres in Disney Springs. But my all-time favorite place to grab this sugary treat is over at Nomad Lounge in Disney's Animal Kingdom, aka one of my favorite Disney lounges of all time. These churros come with a vanilla crema and strawberry guava sauce on the side. Those sauces do change up though, so you never really know what you're gonna get, and multiple churro sticks for maximum dipping. The very cool thing about these churros though is that they are gluten-free. I don't know if that's why they're so soft and fantastic, but they are truly the best. Next up is the best fries. These are brand new and they are incredible and they are totally under the radar. Loaded fries from Regal Eagle Smokehouse. I'm going to try to talk about this one without drooling, but no promises. Regal Eagle Smokehouse in the American Adventure Pavilion at Epcot has a variety of barbecue dishes like Kansas City smoked half chicken, Memphis dry rub pork ribs, and sliced Texas beef brisket sandwiches. Now, this place is so much better than it was when it was Liberty Inn. Just a heads up, it's like 10x. Even more, 100x better. But that's not why we're here. We're here to marvel over the loaded burnt ends fries, which are seasoned French fries with burnt ends, macaroni and cheese, and beer battered onion rings. That's right, they did not stop. They understood the assignment. Now, while we often refer to this option as a snack, it's really more of a full meal, especially if you don't plan on sharing. There's a lot of mac and cheese and brisket piled on top of the fries, so splitting this with a few members of your group is probably the best option if you're wanting to snack on something else later in the day. Make sure you got a fork full of the mac and cheese with each bite. That subtle, cheesy, creamy flavor helps break up the saltiness of the fries really well. Now, for something super refreshing, let's talk about the Dole Whip flight from Swirls on the Water. So a new Dole Whip flight has just entered the Disney Springs scene. And in case you didn't know, the Swirls on the Water kiosk is well known for its rotating Dole Whip flavors. And why would you want to have one new flavor when you can try 3? The new Dole Whip flight includes Dole Whip Mango and Habanero Soft Serve Swirl with chili lime seasoning and a lime wedge, Dole Whip Watermelon swirled with Dole Whip Lime and garnished with pink sugar salt, and finally Dole Whip Pineapple and Vanilla Soft Serve, the classic, with a pineapple wedge. Now that one's not new, but still gives us a more familiar flavor among the other two options. The flavor combination of the Mango Habanero is admittedly kind of weird, but not a bad weird. The spiciness made it unique and the habanero worked well with the refreshing mango. It's not super spicy or anything, but if you're sensitive to spicy foods, you might want to skip it. And the lime and watermelon combo is the star of the trio with major watermelon margarita vibes going on, especially with the salt sprinkled on top. Very fruity and refreshing. And as for the pineapple vanilla, it's pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. It's fruity, it's creamy, it's perfect. Next up on our list is a massive hidden gem, the honey chili glazed pork belly at Nomad Lounge. Now, I told you Nomad was one of my favorite spots in Disney World, so of course I gotta come back for something a little more savory. Because Nomad Lounge is attached to the signature Tiffin's restaurant in Animal Kingdom, a handful of the small plates you can order at Nomad come straight from the Tiffin's menu, including the honey chili glazed pork belly. This is served with 3 slices, along with a chorizo and cheese biscuit, soft poached egg, and tasso gravy. The pork is nice and tender, very flavorful, and everything you want from that super rich pork belly. And the gravy is salty and pairs well with that juiciness. So if you're struggling to get a Tiffin's reservation or you just don't want to invest a lot of time and money into a signature meal, consider swinging by Nomad Lounge instead for its high-quality small plate options and its handmade cocktails and outdoor covered patio seating along the Discovery River. One of my favorite places to chill out in Disney World. And for those who are sick of premium bars, believe me, it happens. The Blondie Pie at Main Street Confectionery. No offense to the Mickey Ice Cream premium bars, but it's time to eat something different as we stroll along Main Street, USA. How about the brand new Twix Blondie Pie from Main Street Confectionery? This is made with butterscotch flavored chips, caramel bits, and sprinkled with chopped up Twix, as well as a full-on Twix mini. This blondie is a perfect mesh of sweet and salty flavors. The pie base is infused with vanilla flavoring, and the addition of those Twix pieces brings a delightful crunch to each bite. And then you got those caramel swirls throughout, enhancing the overall flavor even more. Now, there are a lot of these cookie pies at the Main Street Confectionery. We really love the peanut butter one and this one, but the brownie one, every time I have it, I don't really love it. So just a heads up on that. It looks good, but it doesn't really deliver as far as my opinion. So there you go. Now, this is a pretty hefty dessert that's easy to split with someone else in your group, but if you're not big on the whole caramel blondie scene, well, you still got plenty of other options to choose from, including that tried and true Mickey Premium Bar. Okay, I'm stuffed, and you are about to be when you go to Disney World and try all this awesome new food. Remember, you can always learn about hundreds of other restaurants and food items thanks to our DFB digital guides, now live on dfbstore.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. Hope we got to share a few new things with you today. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.